Hi there everyone, my name is Zach and welcome to my channel. Amongst other things, I'm a reenactor and a jouster, but this summer I went to my first historical European martial arts event, and this video is about that. Before we go any further, I'd just like to say a big thank you to my Patreons. My night level Patreons get a shout out in my videos, so you can see their names on the screen right now. And also a big thank you to Valerie, the HEMA photographer, who not only took the photos that you'll be seeing in this video, she's also got a load more on her Facebook page. You can find the link in the description down below. And she also acted as my squire for the armoured fighting demo. So thank you very much, Valerie. The event was called Fight Camp, and it is run by Matt Easton of Scholar Gladiatoria. And this video is 3 things that I learnt while at Fight Camp. Number 1, you don't need an audience to have fun with swords. Now, for most HEMA people, this is probably something that you know already, but reenactors the world over spend all of their time at events with an audience, and it's great fun. You know, we really enjoy going out and putting on a show for everyone, and there's a buzz to that. But actually, I really enjoyed attending this event and just learning so much. There was so much going on, so many nice people. There wasn't an audience as such. Some people did watch some of the tournaments that were going on kind of as an audience, and I joined in that, but it's more attendee focus rather than audience focus, and that was really cool. Number 2, HEMA people really love to talk about power generation. So this is something that as reenactors we don't really tend to think about quite so much, because our shots aren't supposed to do any damage to anyone. As a fighter, as a reenactor, you want something to look cool and look impressive. And in many ways, something like that, you want to telegraph the blow as much as possible so that your opponent can do something cool in reaction to it. In those ways, sometimes reenactment fighting can seem a bit more like stage combat. However, HEMA folks, they are really interested in the science of it. And this is something that came up when I was delivering my talk. You see, I was down to do a workshop on historical mounted combat, and unfortunately on the Saturday of the event there was a huge downpour, and so any of the classes that were due to be outside in the field had to be moved to inside locations. I very quickly had to change my workshop into an hour-long talk, and having never attended a HEMA event before, I was kind of a little bit worried about what I was going to do and what I was going to say and what people would be interested in. Thankfully, mine wasn't the first talk of the day, and so I was able to attend a couple of others which were both really interesting, and I got a feel for people's questions as well. What were people interested in? What did people want to know? So I was able to trim down my 2 hours into 1 hour about the history of mounted combat, and in particular, we focused on the power generation aspects of that. We are going to do some of that in videos here, but we might also do some live events as well in future. Finally, number 3, and this is to do with my armor, is that the temperature and the climate that you're in can massively affect the way that your armor works. So if you've been following my channel for a while, then you'll know that I've recently got a new armor. It is English in style. I've had some issues with it, with the fold falling out of the top half, and we did some work to try and solve that. Unfortunately, at this event, the fold did start falling out again, and I think I've nailed it down to the leather straps having got wet in the rainstorm actually were able to stretch a bit, which meant that then it gave enough movement for the fold to fall out of the breastplate. I've got some more ideas to work on this to try and get this problem sorted, but it really kind of brought home to me the idea that if you're on campaign and you might be forced to, like wade through something, maybe even fight in the rain and things, then your armor may well have malfunctions. We're not just talking about we're not just talking about rust here, we're talking about leather stretching, because veg tan leather does stretch when it gets wet, which then may cause issues. That's a very good reason why some people say, you know, if you have an armor that is made specifically for you, then you only need one hole in any leather strap. And this weekend has shown me that that is not the case. It got so wet that actually the leather was able to stretch, and at times it can stretch quite a lot. So having those extra holes can be a really great thing, can help you to adjust as you need to on the fly, even if you're not adding or gaining weight or losing weight, would be the other reason to have multiple holes on a strap. Yeah, so the weather and the climate have a good deal to say about how an armor works. And if you're getting a new armor and you want to make sure that it all works perfectly, trying it in different situations would be a great way of doing that, making sure that you don't just ever wear it on kind of hot days and things like that. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video. I'm sorry that it's been so long since I've done other videos. I have just started a new job, and so work and real life is just getting in the way of this. Hopefully I'll be able to get back into the swing of it and do some more videos for you guys. If you've never been to a HEMA event before, I can massively recommend the ones organised by Matt Easton and Scott Gladiatoria. I really enjoyed this one. I didn't do a huge amount because I just wanted to be able to see and experience so many. I did my lecture, and then I attended one lesson and watched a bunch of tournaments as well. It was really cool. Everyone was extremely knowledgeable, extremely nice. If you're a reenactor and you've never attended one of these before, then I'd really recommend it. It gives you a slightly different, it's all familiar stuff, but it gives you a different insight into the world of swords and historical fighting. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.